Here are 7 tips to help for all-day tree stand sits. It's prime time. The rut is here. It's time to be in a tree. The only downfall is it's 11 o'clock, you're getting hungry, and you're thinking, man, I could make it back to the house, have some lunch, take a nap, and be back in the woods by 3 o'clock and still have a chance to kill a buck this evening. Unfortunately, by the time you get home, that big buck's probably going to walk by your tree stand, and you're going to be out of luck for the next few days. So, here are 7 tips to help you stay in the tree this season. Let's face it, all-day sits are not easy. You have to be confident and motivated to stay in that tree, even if you're not seeing anything. Self-confidence in the woods, in the stand, and even when it's time to take the shot makes all the difference in the world. And finding the motivation to stay in the tree can be difficult. If you've ever been on an outfitted hunt, a lot of times they just drop guys off at a tree stand and say, we're going to pick you guys up after dark, don't get up. Now, it's easy to stay motivated when you don't know where you're at and you're not allowed to get out of the stand. And those hunters will have opportunities presented to themselves. That's the goal. That's why they're there. But when you're on the public land grind or you're hunting your favorite back 40, so how do you stay motivated to stay in the tree? For me, it becomes confidence in the spot that I'm hunting. If I've done my homework, if I can see trail camera data, fresh sign, these are all things that are going to be a driving force to help me stay in the stand. All right. My second tip for helping you stay in a tree stand all season long is having a comfortable place to sit. There's a lot of cheap tree stand on the market that'll get you in the tree. But the problem is they're not very comfortable after 10 or 12 hours, especially during a week-long hunt. So if you know you're going to be in an area where you're going to be in the stand a long time, get a tree stand with a backrest on it. Now, they're more expensive, no doubt about it. So buying them during off-season will help you save money. That's why your Hunting Gear Deals comes in. Be sure to subscribe to their daily deal email so you never miss a deal. But the truth of the matter is, the more comfortable you are in the tree stand, the easier it's going to be for you to stay all day long during that hunt. Now, a comfortable tree stand for me is like a Millennium M100, or basically anything that's got that high backrest where I can kick back, relax, prop my feet up a little bit, and take a load off. Or saddles, they don't work for me for all-day sits. They work for the scenario, whether it's an evening hunt or whether it's run and gun. But if I'm going to be in that tree stand from daylight till dark, I need something comfortable, and that Millennium M100 is the perfect stand. Now, number 3 is being dressed to kill. And what do I mean by that? You've got to have the right clothing on. Those conditions are going to change. The temperature that the day starts with is going to drastically differentiate throughout the day. A lot of times 30, even 40 degrees during the sunny days. So it's not uncommon for that walk to the stand for it to be 30 degrees and you'd be sweating, or even colder, only to heat up to 60 degrees during the hottest part of the day, and then start to slowly fall back off in temperature as the day progresses. Ensure that you're dressed in layers. There's a lot of great clothing options on the market, whether it be from Cougar, Sitka, First Light, or even Scree Gear. Scent Blocker, Scent Lock. They make unique clothing options for hunters like you and I. The most important part to remember is to dress in layers. There's not one particular clothing option that's best for every hunting scenario. So you need to protect yourself from the elements, and you also need to be able to shed those layers as temperatures increase. Here's a controversial topic. It's keeping yourself entertained in the tree stand. Years ago, it was reading a book, but now we've got books in the palm of our phone. We've got a book, we've got multiple books. But now we have an endless amount of entertainment in the palm of our hands. That's a cell phone. Now, what's your take on cell phones in the stand? That's up to you. But I do know I'm a busy guy, and I do a lot of work on my business from the palm of my hand. Now, keeping yourself entertained in the tree stand can be difficult, especially when deer movement is lackluster. So finding time to get on your phone or read a book, maybe it's a Game Boy or Switch or whatever kids are playing now, but finding those entertainment items that keep you quiet, keep you still, and keep you in the tree. Now, some of the diehard guys out there, this is where they make the biggest mistake, and that's where they forget to bring food and drinks. You've got to bring water. You have to stay hydrated, and you need a snack. A little snack here and there at lunch. That might be the difference in That will be the difference in being comfortable and being able to stay in that tree stand. Nobody wants to be miserable, cold, and hungry 6 hours into a 12-hour hunt. So, bring you some snacks. For me, I have what I call rut snacks. That's Nutri-Grain bars, Belvita biscuits, an apple, something a little bit healthier that's not going to weigh me down. And I'm not drinking any pop or soda or drinks like that. I'm drinking water in the stand, scent-free, and it keeps me hydrated. The last thing you can do to help you stay in the stand longer is to stand up and stretch. Now, it's hard to do it with deer in the field or nearby, but the truth of the matter is, if you're going to sit in that tree stand all day long, when it's time for you to make that shot, you have to be loose and limber. I'm not getting any younger, so those all-day sits can take a real big toll on my body, and I'm very stiff, especially in colder environments. So stand up and stretch. Stretch your legs, your ankles. And this is especially important when it's time to get out of the tree. A lot of hunters fall. They take their harness off, they transition from their stand to their sticks, and that's when accidents happen. Because your body's stiff and you're not used to moving, or you're not capable of being, and you're not as agile getting in and out of the stand as you might have been in the morning. So, do yourselves a favor, stop and stretch. Make sure the coast is clear. Pay attention to your surroundings. It's easy to get busted when you're in the middle of a big old stretch because you're moving a lot. However, it's very critical to your health and well-being for you to take the time to stretch. There you have it. There's 7 tips for all-day tree stand sits this season. So if you're the type of hunter that only hunts morning or only hunts evening and you take those breaks, challenge yourself this season to stay in the stand longer, and who knows, you may feel your tag when you least expect it.